Hello CSL fans, it is I, BC, and welcome back to the showcase. Basically, if you haven't seen the week 1 episode, I go over Pokemon and their movesets, stuff that was undrafted, things that I think are like really good. I put a straw poll in the description, so go check that out for this week. You can vote for some Pokemon you want to see being showcased for next week, so go vote right now. Moving on, this week, looking at the straw poll, I saw a lot of cool votes, but over half the votes went to this one monster, which is Tapu Fini. One of the Tapu Pokemon are actually they're really good in draft format. This was the only one that was left on the table in the CSL. The rest were drafted. And they're all doing pretty well. But this one was left off. It is arguably the weaker of the Tapu Pokemon, but it by no means is a bad Pokemon. Let's just go over its stats right off the bat here. It's got a strong HP stat with base 70. One thing to note about Tapu Fini is that its defenses are through the roof. It can be really bulky. And it really fills that supportive wall on your draft, and it can really hold the team together, especially getting things like taunt, defog, and it gets screens. It has a pretty wide supportive moveset, which is really good for a Pokemon in draft format. This is a tier 1 Pokemon, of course, and it's really well deserved of it. I think I was actually kind of surprised that it was left on the table. It's one of the best defoggers from Sun and Moon, maybe even in the draft format. Also, let's go to its ability. It gets Misty Surge. Basically what this does, it summons Misty Terrain, and that, here, let me just double check. Misty Terrain. Okay, that basically stops you from getting statused. Also, there's dragon type attacks have less power against grounded Pokemon, so this thing can really be a Pokemon that fits your team together because it allows you not to run Heal Bell a lot of the time, and that is actually pretty crucial because say like your Umbreon, you have Wish Protect, Foul Play. This allows you to put something like Baton Pass on your Umbreon, and it really helps out. Because giving that extra move slot for Heal Bell can be pretty good for your other supportive Pokemon, especially if you want another stab move on those Pokemon, or like another supportive move to help balance your team out, which is really good. So giving this thing a Misty Surge since this thing gets Misty Surge, it's really it's really good. Another thing to note is that this thing can set up. The Max Defense Calm Mind set actually can be pretty hard to stop. Its coverage is not bad. It's not great either, but it can hit pretty hard. Base 95 special attacks up there with a lot of Pokemon. For example, well, I don't have really example. Say like, jeez. Okay, never mind. I can't find an example, but I'm sure there's some special attacking Pokemon that hits hard with base 95 special attack. But yeah, this thing can set up. Can't really be stopped since it can't get status. It's so bulky, it can take so many hits. It's really a pain to deal with. One other thing to note is that it can, defog. It also can carry Nature's Madness, which is a Tapu exclusive move. Basically what this does is gets rid of half of the target's current HP, and that's so good against bulky Pokemon that want to switch in on this, or like stall breakers on the other Pokemon's side, just weakening his Pokemon. And if you get hazards up, you basically win with your sweepers because you can wear down the opponent's team to a point where they say like Weavile, for example, everything left on the opponent's team is like less than 50%. Your Weavile can come in. Doesn't even need SD. You just run like an Adamant Life Orb Weavile or something. Just clicks knock off on the reigning like 4 Pokemon and you win. Like, this thing can really be good with Nature's Madness. One other thing to note is that it gets an exclusive Z move in Guardian Deity. I can't remember what it's called. But it gets an exclusive Z move, which is really cool. I think it's pretty powerful. I haven't really looked into it. Let me just look at this. But yeah, I can't find it. Whatever. But it is pretty strong. It's not a great Z Pokemon, but with you can run like a bunch of supportive Z moves. For example, Taunt Z, you can get an attack boost. Toxic Z, that gives you a special defense boost if you use it. So you can really use this thing's vast move pool to your advantage if you're running it as a Z Pokemon. Yeah, which is pretty cool. This thing also gets screens, which is really good. A lot of Pokemon don't get screens, and getting screens on your team really helps your sweepers. Haze can stop sweepers from sweeping you, and yeah, that's really good. This thing with leftover, it doesn't. One thing I noticed is that it doesn't get reliable recovery of any sort. The only thing it gets is rest and leftovers, so that's pretty bad. You could run like a Figgy Berry or one of those berries, which can recover your HP for half, which is cool. It also gets like, yeah, that's about it actually. Some sets, yeah, I went through sets too. Okay, there's not a lot to talk about Tapu Fini. It's not that. I mean, it's simple in what it does, but it does it so well that it really it's a pretty valuable asset to your team. I've just rambled on, but like it's hard to think of a lot of things to talk about, especially out of Pokemon with like not that great of an offensive move pool, and it does like 2 things really well. But some downsides to it, I'll go into the downsides now. Some downsides would be it loses tons of momentum, and it allows your opponent to set up. So its speed isn't bad, but it can lose momentum, and yeah, doesn't get Volt Switch or Using or anything, which kind of sucks. No recovery is pretty bad because say, okay, I won't give an example because I can't think of any, but yeah, that could be pretty bad. What else can I talk about? This thing has trouble with poison types. Doesn't get a lot to hit poison types. Doesn't get any psychic coverage. Yeah, it struggles against other Pokemon, like say poison types and stuff. But like steel types, doesn't get any fighting coverage or ground coverage. It gets hidden powers, and that's about all you can hit with it. So that's why you lose a lot of momentum, because that. Say your opponent switches in a Roserade, and you can't really touch that thing. Sure, you can lower its HP with Nature's Madness, but that's about it. You could Ice Beam it as well, but like Roserade's super bulky, and it can easily beat Tapu Fini. But yeah, there's a few downsides with it, but it's not at all a bad Pokemon, and you should really get it on your team. Sorry about this kind of rushed commentary. I needed to get this done and over with, but yeah, I hope one of you guys picks this up, because it's actually pretty valuable. Getting a defogger and support roles is huge. Great defense stat, great special defense stat, okay speed tier, hits hard, can set up. So yeah, definitely consider this on your team. So yeah, remember the poll is in the description, so make sure you guys vote, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of the showcase, and stay tuned for next Friday for another episode. So that's about it. So BC Lions King out.